Hi everyone, welcome to Ditch the Day. My name is Hannah and I'm the founder of MaxWellness. So as we know, in today's working environment, it's getting harder and harder to make that transition from work to home life as we no longer have that commute. So what today's session is designed to do is just to help you switch off. We're going to do that by doing some stretching and some mobility. And at the end, we're going to do some mindfulness to help you relax, unwind, and reset. So on that note, make sure you have some space around you, a bottle of water, and let's get started. Right, everyone, we're going to start with some simple breathing exercises. So what I'd like you to do, you're going to breathe in through your nose, so nice and slowly. Breathe in through that nose, take your arms above your head, big stretch, and breathe out. We're going to do that 2 more times. Breathe in, nice and slowly through your nose, and breathe out. Now on the last one, I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see the side view. We're going to breathe in. And as we breathe out, we're just going to fold our chin to our chest. We're going to come down. You're going to let that natural body weight just hang. We're going to bend our knees. We're going to roll it out. 1 vertebrae at a time. Just let that spine unravel. Breathe in again. Slowly through that nose. And breathe out. Fold that chin to your chest. We're going to fold that body down. Let that natural body weight just hang. We're going to bend our knees at the bottom and roll that out. Now we're going to do this 1 more time. We're going to breathe in. Now this time we're going to bring our hands to our knees and we're going to push our chest up to the ceiling. We're going to squeeze our shoulder blades. We're just going to keep our eye line fairly neutral. But we're going to lock in the shoulder blades. We're going to push our belly button towards the ground so we feel a nice stretch in the back of the thighs and coming into our glutes. So we're just going to hold that for a second. Nice steady breathing now. And from there, we're just going to fold ourselves down. We're going to place our hands on the floor. Now, if you need to bend your knees to do this, that's absolutely fine. Now, at this point, you can either jump back or you can step 1 leg at a time. We're going to keep our shoulder blades locked in and we're going to slowly lower. If you find this too difficult, you can drop to your knees and you can go from there. So we're going to slowly lower our body to the floor. We're going to take a big deep breath in, and as we breathe out, we're just going to lift our chest up towards the ceiling. We're going to squeeze those shoulder blades back and down. Now, as you're breathing, you're just going to lift your chest up as high as you can, and you're going to feel that stretch come down the front of your torso. So again, when we're sat down for long periods of time, we tend to hunch ourselves over, and these muscles, again, get really, really tight. So nice, steady breathing. And from there, we're going to pull back and we're going to sit on the heels of our feet. We're going to stretch our arms out nice and long so we feel a stretch come down the back of our arms. We're going to push our chest towards the floor and we're going to push our head down. So at this point, we should be getting a nice stretch in the back of our arms. You're going to get a slight stretch in your lower back. We're just going to hold this. And again, give me that nice steady breathing. And guys, from there, we're going to sit up. We're going to come to a kneeling position. We're going to bring our knees together. We're going to bring our hips through. Now, from here, I'm going to take my leg forward. I'm going to keep that nice and straight. I'm going to tuck my hips, and I'm going to take this through. Now, when we're sat down, as I said at the beginning, when we're sat down for long periods of time, our hips get really, really tight. Now, the problem with this and these muscles, they're attached to our lower back. So sometimes, if you're sitting down for long periods of time, you're going to get an achy lower back just where your hips are getting so tight. So with this, every time you breathe out, you're going to lower as much as you can. And we're just going to push our shoulders back and squeeze. So we're working those back muscles and we're really starting to open up that chest. We want to try and go from this to this, a bit like a caveman. We're just going to open ourselves up and we're just going to hold that. Now, as promised at the beginning, I said we need to get those glutes working as well because when we're sat down for long periods of time, they are going to sleep. So what I'm going to ask you to do from here is tuck that back foot under. Now, if you find this too difficult, just do it at your own pace. I'm going to do 5 reps. So what we're going to do, we're going to come up, we're going to squeeze through our glutes, and we're going to lower. And breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to lift. And breathe in. And breathe out. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Breathe in. Guys, if you're struggling with this, just hold that stretch for me. That's fine. And breathe out. And we're going to take that back down. Now, what I'm going to get you to do, this foot that's here, we're going to just shuffle this across, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. You're going to place those hands down, and we're going to allow that knee just to lower. We're going to keep our hips nice and square. Now, from here, we're just going to slowly take this down as far as we can. Now, if this hip starts to lift, I need you to hit the brake. So we're just going to hold that there. Find that stretch. So we should be feeling that in our bottom. Now, from there, we're going to take those arms forward again. Now, we're going to do what I like to call a bit of 3D stretching at this point. So we're just going to hold this. And then what we're going to do is just reach your arm towards me. Now, again, what this will start to do is just bring in those back muscles. And we're going to stretch them out, make them nice and long. And just hold that for me for a second. Again, try not to let that hip lift. And we're going to go other side. We're going to take that through, and you'll just start to feel that stretch, just transition from slightly different areas. You're doing great, guys. And we're going to come up. And we're going to do one more stretch here. Then we're going to do all of that on the other side again. So from here, if you can't grab your leg, what you're going to do, first and foremost, you're going to come over here, and you're going to grab. If you're still unable to do that because you're super tight, you're going to grab a towel for me, or some sort of resistance band, you're going to hook it round, and you're going to pull that in. So what we're going to do from here is pull that heel towards our bottom. Now you can also do that from here. This is absolutely fine. But just try and get that stretch. Again, we're just trying to get those hips again, because they get so tight when you're sat down for long periods of time, and you'll be surprised how much more open you feel once you stretch these out. And we're going to go into the other side. So we're coming back to our kneeling position. We're going to take the other leg through. So it's nice and straight. I'm going to tuck my hips. I'm going to take that through. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades, hands on my knee, and I'm just going to push back and just think nice and tall. And just hold that for me for a second. We should feel that stretch go through that hip. Nice, steady breathing. It's really easy once you start stretching to hold your breath. We definitely don't want that. Nice, steady breathing. We want to feed those muscles with lots of oxygen. Now, like we did on the other side, we're going to start working those glutes out a little bit. So we're going to tuck that back foot under, and we're going to do those 5 lifts. So to prep, we're going to breathe in. Then we're going to breathe out for the lift. And breathe in. And breathe out. And you should feel that glute muscle working. And breathe in. Do not rush your breaths. Your breathing controls that movement. And breathe out. We're going to do 2 more. Guys, remember, if you're struggling with this, I don't mind you just holding that other stretch. Breathe out. We're going to do 1 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. And we're going to slowly lower, and we're going to take it into that glute stretch. So we're going to shuffle that leg across. We're going to allow that knee to fall down. And we're going to keep our hips as square as possible. Now you're going to slowly lower, and if that hip starts to lift, you're going to hit the brakes for me. So from there, we're going to take those arms forward. We're going to lengthen that body. And again, we're going to go through what I like to call that 3D stretching. So we're going to hit all those different angles. So from here, we're going to take this hand. We're going to feed it through to the back. And you're going to feel that back, especially through here, just lengthen. And hold. Stretch that other arm out nice and long. Nice, steady breathing. And we're going to bring this to the other side. And hold. And again, just feel how that stretch just transitions through that muscle. Lovely. And lastly, we're going to bring it back up. And we're going to go into this stretch. Now remember, if you're unable to do that, you're just going to fall onto your bottom, and you're going to grab from here. If you're still unable to do that, you're going to grab a towel, you're going to pop it around that ankle, and you're going to pull it towards you. And if you can, we're just going to then transition that over, and we're going to pull that heel into our bottom as much as we can. Now guys, remember, if you can only do that from here, that's fine. If you're feeling that stretch, that's all we're aiming for. We're not a bit of origami. We don't need to be hitting every shape today. It gives us something to work towards. So just hold that for me. Nice, steady breathing. and relax there. Now guys, we're just going to swing our legs around to the front and we're going to lie down on our back. Now just to finish off, we're going to do a 30-second glute bridge hold. Again, just to get these engaged and to get them working. Then after that, we're going to go into our mindfulness section. So let's just finish off with that glute bridge hold. So what we're going to do, we're going to have that natural arch under our back. So we're just going to close that up. And as we do that, we're going to draw our belly button in towards our spine and our weight is going to be for our heels. Then all we're going to do from here, tuck those hips under, peel them off the floor and hold. So hold that nice and steady. Now what we don't want to do is overdo it here because now all that pressure is going into my lower back. We definitely don't want that. So remember, just tuck those hips under, squeeze your bottom, and imagine like you're trying to get your tailbone to the ceiling. And you're just going to hold that. Now the whole time you should feel those glutes engage. And you're going to feel a slight stretch through your hips. That's not where we're aiming to feel it. We're aiming to feel it here. But look, if we can get it here as well, fantastic. Just hold that for me. Nice, steady breathing. Drawing the belly button in towards your spine, drawing that rib cage down for 3, 2, 1, and we're going to slowly lower. Guys, fantastic work. So everyone, we're just going to lie down now and we're going to get ready for our mindfulness section. So we're really going to use this time to really switch off, relax, focus on our breathing and just leave the day behind us. So we're going to start with our eyes open. We're going to relax our body as much as we can. We're going to have our palms facing upwards. So we're going to take a big deep breath in through our nose, nice and slowly. And we're just going to feel our rib cage expand. And as we breathe out, we're just going to relax as much as we can into that floor. And breathe in. And slowly release that breath through your mouth. Allow that body to just soften into the floor. And big deep breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to slowly close our eyes. We're going to relax that body as much as we can. And we're going to allow our breathing just to turn back to just a normal pace. And everyone, whilst we're lying here, what I want you to do is just take in some of the noises that are going on in the room around you. Really try and listen into them, focus on them. You might be able to hear a clock. You might be able to hear a bit of wind outside, a bird. You might be able to hear your next door neighbor's doors closing. Just really try and pick out those noises that are going on around you and just try and really, really focus in on them. And now we're just going to bring that focus more internally and going to really focus on that breathing. Now, if other intrusive thoughts just try and come in, thoughts from your day, things you need to do this evening, I want you to just notice them and let them go because they're not going to serve you in this time. Now, you may have to do this a few times. It's absolutely fine. Just the second it happens, bring that focus back to your breathing. And we're just going to do a scan down our body. So I want you to imagine a ring of light around the top of your head. And it's just going to work its way down our body. And as we do that, we're just going to relax every body part that it touches as much as we can. Now, after a day's work, we'll hold a lot of tension in our jaws, in our shoulders, in our hips, in our feet, and in our fingers. So really make extra effort to relax those as much as we can. So we're going to start that ring of light. It's going to come down our head. It's coming over our eyes, our nose, working its way around our jaw. And now it's slowly going down our neck into our shoulders. As it works its way across your rib cage, just feel how that rib cage is expanding and relaxing into the floor. Relax those fingers. It's working its way down to our hips. Relax your muscles around your hips as much as you can. And as it works its way down our legs, just feel how your feet are falling out. Feel what parts of your body are just touching the floor. It's now working its way around our knees, down to our calf muscles, into our feet, and we just let it go. And we're going to bring our focus right back to our breathing. Nice and steady. And we're just going to take a minute or so just to be nice and silent and just be with our breath. Now guys, we're just going to take that focus back into the room. And we're just going to see what noises we can hear again. And as we're doing that, we're just going to wriggle our fingers, wriggle our toes. Just start to rock your hips back and forth. And we're going to take a big deep breath in through our nose again. Just one this time. Breathe in as much as you can, expand that rib cage. And as you breathe out, you're going to slowly open those eyes. Now you can either choose to stay laying down, or you can start to sit up, but really take your time. Do not rush. Now what I want you to do, take some time to just be by yourself, focus on that breathing. We've done our commute home now. We're ready to just relax and give as much to our personal time as we do to our work. Now, if you have some time, you're going to have some water. You can get some steps in, have some really good food, relax with a book, relax with that TV program, and really enjoy your evening. Thank you for joining me, everyone, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.